Hey y'all, this is Chris, Kayla's husband. I'm hijacking the podcast today because Kayla's out of town on a commencement retreat for her small group. And as y'all may know, she's 38 weeks pregnant with our 5th child. And I wanted to take this opportunity to interview my kids to see what their thoughts were on the pregnancy and the upcoming labor and delivery. So I hope you enjoy this bonus episode, and let's see what they're thinking. Well, I'm really excited because I'm sitting here today with my 2 oldest children. Kayla is away on a trip for her small group for church, and we are just hanging out this weekend, right, kids?
Yeah.
Are you having fun so far?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. So, one thing that has really been interesting around our house lately is that Mama has been pregnant, right? Yeah. And so do you remember how many weeks pregnant she is right now as we're recording this?
37.
Yes, that's right. She's 37.
Almost 38 because she'll be 38 tomorrow.
That's right. Yes. And so she's 38 weeks pregnant. And so, but in her belly is a baby that could come out really any day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Mom said that yesterday to me.
So I wanted to ask you kids a couple quick questions just to get your experience about this whole thing and what your thoughts are. So if you notice, Mama has been taking walks every morning. Is that right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what does she do? Why does she take walks, do you think?
To exercise her body and make sure the baby stays healthy. And her.
That's right.
And
Very
to
good.
get fresh air.
Fresh air. That's very good. So I want to get your opinion. Are you ready to answer a couple questions for me?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
I want each of you to tell me if you think it's a boy or a girl. Brinkley, you say first.
Girl.
Oh, Milo too. So why do you want it to be a girl, Brinkley? Or why do you think it's a girl?
Because, for some reason, when I think about Mama being pregnant, I only think of girl. I only think of girl. I never think of boy because I've already have 3 boys.
Yeah, because you have 3 brothers, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I understand. Milo, why do you think it's a girl?
Because Brinkley's been praying for girls for like a lot of months,
And I think I got Mama pregnant.
With your prayers?
Yeah, because they prayed like every single day.
Yeah, for a long time. So you both think it's a girl. That's really cool. And what's going to happen if it's a boy, though?
I think if it's a girl, I think I'll happy cry. And I think if it's a boy, I'll just do like
What's that face? Describe what you're making, the face you're making.
surprised.
Surprise, yeah.
Really surprised.
Milo, if it's a boy, how are you going to feel? How are you
really
gonna...
happy.
Yeah, really happy?
Because then I'll have 3 brothers, and Brinkley will have 4, and she's probably
don't
gonna be
have one
sad that
sister.
it's boys.
And if it's he's gonna be more happy than sad if he sees that it's a girl because he's coming to the birth, and this will be the 2nd birth I've ever seen because I also saw True's.
And
That's
this will
right.
be the first birth I've ever seen.
That's right. Milo, I have a question for you. So this is going to be your first birth that you've ever seen. What do you think it's going to be like?
I don't know. I'll probably go in the bathroom for some of it because it'll probably look a little, I don't know.
I think it looks beautiful
I think it looks beautiful.
and
too.
also satisfying.
Satisfying, yeah, to
Hey,
see
but-
a baby come. It's
But
pretty
I also
awesome.
wanna.
I want to see it right now.
I want to see if it's a boy or a girl because my 2nd birth, and I'm like 2 years older than I was last time. I was almost Milo's age when I saw True's birth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. You were a little older than Milo when you saw True's
Hey,
birth.
Brinkley. Remember that night when I said it's not going to be born that night, but it was born that night?
No, I said it's gonna be born tonight, and then I was like, and then when Yaya woke me up later that night, I was like, yeah, I knew.
Yaya is the grandmother, by the way. But you think that you knew that the baby was going to come that night?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then Milo, tell me more about that night. What happened? Why did you say the baby wasn't going to come that night?
Because
And we're talking about True's birth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was gonna come or not, but I thought Brinkley was right, and I just wanted to say no, even though I think she was right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. So, Milo, question for you.
What?
When Mama finally goes into labor and she starts having this baby, what do you think it's going to be like?
Yeah. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be satisfying. I don't know. Brinkley said that. I'll probably have to go in the bathroom for some of it because it'll probably look a little too satisfying that I'll have to stop looking at it. But when it's time for her to go in the bathroom, I'll probably not go in that bathroom until like 3 days.
And
because
so are you saying you think Mama's going to have the baby in the bathroom?
no.
Oh, okay.
I think Mama's gonna have the baby in the birth tub.
Oh,
I'm saying when she goes in the bathroom after she has her birth. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right. Afterwards. So here's my next question.
What?
So what do you think the baby's name is going to be? Since you both think it's a girl, what do you think the baby's name is going to be?
I don't know, like Sarah or something.
I think it's gonna be Stella if it's born on Mama's birthday because, it's like Stella's birthday too, or it can be named Kayla.
Ooh, Kayla
Kayla
Jr.
or Stella? Oh yeah, Kayla Jr.
That's cute. That's a ring to it.
Or Stella Jr.
Yeah.
Because we have a neighbor Stella, and anyways, after this
We play
little
with her a lot.
a little recording, I'm gonna go see if she can play. She came back from school.
So next question. When you get the chance to hold the baby for the first time, what are you going to be thinking?
I'm going to be very excited, and I'm going to be thinking, this baby is very cute. Good thing it doesn't have the poop in its hair yet.
Oh, man.
I mean, not anymore.
Well,
yeah.
that's because you're saying that because why? Do you remember?
Because it's going to be, I don't really know. It's going to be gross.
Well, because I think True had poop in his hair when he came out, right? Is that why you're saying that? Yeah.
And Mama held him when that was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Brinkley, what about you? When you get to hold a baby for the first time, what are you going to be thinking and feeling?
I'm going to be thinking of happiness. Probably going to be even crying at that single moment. And I also think that I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, the baby's finally here. I'm so excited that it's finally in my hands right now. And also I'm going to be feeling and smelling the what I'm gonna have to get used to, and then I'll have to get used to even more feelings that are different than that. But I have to get used to it as a newborn. But once it's
Third time you hold it?
no, I'm gonna get used to it once the feeling change is, and then once I get used to that one, it'll keep changing, and once I always get used to it, it always changes straight after I get used to it. I get to use that used to feeling for just 2 days.
Because the baby grows up so fast, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Milo grew up really, 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 really fast.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was such a big boy. But he also grew really fast because he ate really well, right?
And
That was me.
All right, I have one more question for you kids.
Milo didn't come out, not to be mean. At the first part, it kind of sounded like I was going to be mean and stuff. But when Milo was I don't know, near the end of the pregnancy, he was his head was so big that he didn't come for a long time because he came at 42 weeks because his head was so big. He couldn't even get his head through the pelvis.
That's right. It was.
I heard that in the podcast. That's why I said that. And I also and then the doctors were like, okay, do you want to break your water or something like that? Because, like, the head was, like, not going to come. Like, it'll go, like, 43 weeks, 44 weeks.
Oh, yeah, right. We were worried.
Because of how big the head is going to be if they
right.
don't, like, break the water. And then, okay, now.
When you were first born, you were not breathing. No, they had to help you start breathing. But
Yeah,
you
that
eventually got
happened
it.
with Truby. That happened with Truby because, like, the baby was, like, True didn't have any oxygen, and then, like, they put that thing on his mouth, and then he, like, started breathing, like, right before they put it on, and then they were like, oh, and then he was like, while it was on there, so they were, like, still giving him more breaths, and then they were like, keep breathing, Truby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Brinkley, you were really small.
Oh, yeah. I was
were
like,
really,
I was,
really small.
But I
You were
was
there for it
also,
too,
like,
right, buddy? No, you weren't. You were, but you've heard the stories. Yeah. She was the smallest baby. All right, here's my last question for
I
you
was only
kids.
like 7 pounds.
Yeah, you were only like 7 pounds. So I want Milo to start by answering this question, and then Brinkley, I want you to answer the same question.
Okay.
Milo, what is one thing that you could say to the baby right now, if you could?
It probably wouldn't understand if it was, like, still newborn.
What if it could understand? What would you say to it?
I would say I love you and I like that you're alive and you're so light and you're one of the cutest babies I've ever seen.
That's good. Brinkley, what would you say to the baby right now if you could?
I would say I love you. I've been waiting for this moment ever since Mama first told me she was pregnant. And I would also say that I was really excited when I couldn't even see your face. And, like, all these sorts of things that, like, show me I love her. And I also might even be crying at that moment, too, because everything is so happy. Because I always wanted, if it's a girl, I would be like, you're so sweet, you're so light, like, make up my own lullaby because it's like a girl. And I've been dreaming for this ever since Jensen was a boy. Ever since we found out the gender of Jensen.
Oh, yeah, right.
And when I was at church and you picked me up to go see the gender of True, I was like, girl.
You crossing your fingers hoping it was a girl. Yeah.
Girl.
But
girl.
it was actually a
Girl.
boy.
That's
Girl.
good.
And
It was actually
then
a boy.
once they, like, had that arrow and said it's a boy, I was like, ugh.
But
Because I was like, another boy.
we do have a lot of boys in our family, but I would say that you're
4 because including Dada, but if Chewy was here, 5.
Yeah, right. Chewy the dog, who is our
Chewy the
Chihuahua that doesn't live with
dog.
us right now because Jensen's allergic. So here's my last thing. I want you both to say thank you to everybody who listens to Mama's podcast.
Thank you, everybody who listens to Mom's podcast. We're bouncing. Oos, oos,
Oos, oos, oos, oos, oos, oos. That's another way of saying yes, right?
Oosh.
no, oos, oos, oos.
Thanks again for joining us today. Be sure not to miss an episode by hitting subscribe. Also, we'd love for you to leave a review of the show so that more people like you can hear more stories like these. If you're local to the Triad of North Carolina and seeking childbirth classes, birth consultations, or a birth doula, please click on the link in the show notes to take you to our website for more information. Just as a reminder, this show is not giving medical advice, so please continue to see your personal care provider as needs arise. Also, if you would like to be a guest on the Surrendered Birth Stories podcast, please click the link in the episode show notes to get in touch with me. We hope you have a great week, and remember, learn all that you can, make the best plans, and then leave it in God's hands.